So we've gone from 0 farmers markets in the last couple of decades to now we have 37 recognized farmers markets in the Chicagoland area. The one, of course, that you've heard about the most is the one that's the closest to my heart, and that's Green City. And the statistics from Green City are astonishing. We have 55 vendors this year, and 14 of them are certified organic. 16 more of those are on their way to some sort of certification, maybe a third-party certification from another organization rather than USDA, but they're all moving towards sustainability, and it's one of the initiatives of the Green City Market. But our biggest day this last summer is just mind-boggling. We had 6,000 people go through Green City Market, and I have to say that going from a period where we had nothing in Chicago to 6,000 people hungry for locally grown produce and the opportunity to look a farmer in the eye and talk to them about what they have cultivated means that things are really changing in the Chicagoland area. Now, we had a great big summit here a couple of months ago for the Chefs Collaborative, a national organization I helped found about 12 years ago, chefs that were interested in sustainability in the restaurant world. And people came from all over the United States, and what everyone was saying is the boutique farms are fine, but for us to really be able to get the produce into the restaurants, we need mid-scale farms. And so there's even movement in that in the Chicagoland area. Cletus Friedman has established something called the Chicago Sustainable Food Co-op for mostly small restaurants to have access to the products from some of these mid-scale farms that perhaps don't go to the farmers markets, but they're raising organic local produce, and he's focusing this in a really smart way, first on potatoes, onions, carrots, all the stuff that's regular that you use in a restaurant instead of the specialty stuff, because I think, as we all know, if you can build your base, if you can really get everybody to using the local produce on the stuff that you just sort of mindlessly order from people, that the window dressing stuff, the beautiful herbs and the special lettuces or eggplants will seem like just the icing on the cake. And Cletus is trying to build a sustainable restaurant community from the bottom up. And then, of course, I'm sure most of you know that a few years ago, Dan Rosenthal and Ina Pinkney founded the Green Chicago Restaurant Co-op. And just recently, just in the last couple of months, they have started an initiative that 25 of us restaurateurs have signed on to go for certification, a green certification, so our customers can know that we're not only interested in window dressing, the sort of the greenwashing of the restaurant business, but we're really interested in doing the real thing. Everything from buying locally grown produce to choosing the right light bulbs to put in the sockets in our restaurant and dealing with waste and that sort of thing. And out of that interest on Dan Rosenthal's part, he started this Chicago compost thing. Now, we haven't seen it yet, but they've actually established it. They've got a space where they're going to be able, it's a 40-acre site where we are going to have the largest food composting facility in the United States, and just sort of on the south side here. I think that's going to be a remarkable thing for us here. And when you hear the statistics that 12,000 restaurants in Chicago generate more than 50,000 pounds of garbage each year, you're talking about a whole lot of waste that's going to the landfills. And you know, when that garbage, that food waste goes to the landfills, it doesn't make compost. It actually produces all of those carbon dioxide gases. So it's just as bad as anything else. But if we get this composting, high-tech composting facility, things are going to be really amazing in this city. And then as a last little point, I'll just say that Michel Nishan, a good friend of mine, is taking all of what I'm talking about here and trying to also give it a very strong social conscience. And he has started this organization called the Wholesome Wave Foundation to raise money so that all of the food stamps can be redeemed at farmers markets for double the value that's on them. It truly is a very exciting time to be living in Chicago. And that's sort of my story of how I became an accidental conservationist, because I surrounded myself with people that really care and taught me so much stuff along the way.